To sew, double check that the machine is threaded correctly. Make sure both threads are going toward the back. Remember, the top thread goes through the split in the foot and out toward the back. Make sure your needle's up. Make sure your foot is up using the lever in the back here, the green one. And now we're going to put some material in here. And if you want to make sure you have a straight line and not going back and forth, you may want to put a pencil mark or something here where you want it so you can guide your material through. Do not pull your material through. You can gently keep it on track, but don't pull it through. You'll skip stitches. Put the foot down. There's two methods of sewing. Always have it in the lock position until you're ready to sew. Switch it to handheld. In the handheld mode, it will only sew while you're holding the power button down inside the handle. If you leave it on desktop, the power button's like an on and off switch. You press it, it's going to sew until you press it again. So I'm going to leave it on handheld just for this time. My stitches look pretty good. The bobbin stitches look pretty good. And now I'm going to switch it to desktop. Once I press it, it's going to stay on until I press it again. There, off. Put it back in lock mode because accidents happen. And there's my stitch. Don't be dismayed if you have a hard time getting the perfect stitch. This is probably the biggest challenge with this machine, mainly because it's shrunk down. It's a micro machine. So if the top stitch is too tight, you want to reduce the tension, and you would turn your dial counterclockwise. Reduce, you see the little minus sign there? That reduces the tension. If the top thread is too loose, you would increase the tension. You would turn it clockwise toward the plus sign. Once you figure out the tension, the machine should be good to go. Worst case, if you could not loosen the tension good enough, totally unscrew this button and compress the spring a few times and put it back together. And if you are skipping stitches or you hear an occasional like metal hitting metal, double check that your needle is straight. You may need to switch it out. Also, if you have real inexpensive thread, you might see it separating and like growing a little fuzz ball right here. You need to snip it and rethread it again so it's fresh. To remove the material, double check that your needle has cleared the material. If not, use the dial on top to raise it, lift the foot, and now, right here, pull several inches. Okay. And now pull it away. This prevents your needle from getting bent. If you're pulling thread down here and it has to go through the tension plates, it's going to bend your needle. And now you can cut it off with scissors, or you can use this nice handy thread cutter in front. Now I can simply put my thread under the foot again, put it toward the back, and I'm ready for the next sewing job. I hope this is helpful. Thank you.